Just 1 second. All right. Guy, DKS, are you guys all set for the run?
I
I'm good.
am.
Perfect. All right, whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and give us the countdown and we will get everything started.
Okay, so let me get some stuff open real quick. We'll do that. Okay. All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo!
All right. This is gonna be fun.
Alright,
so you go ahead.
I guess I should introduce myself. I'm DKS, I'm a runner of this game. And yeah, I'm ready to commentate. I'm pretty excited.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, DKS. I don't have anybody else, so thank you.
Ouch. Okay. So, the first stage. There are two, like, routes, you wanna call those, to start the run. You can start with 2 players, in which you are allowed to have Frankie from the start, or you can start 1 player as Guy's doing. 2-player strat, it's slightly faster, but it's not a big deal at all. It's like 2 seconds at most. Yeah, so on the first level you can see that the Kongs are like an add-on. So they're like a power-up basically, so it's not like the SNES DKC games where basically you played as one Kong or the other. And it's pretty useful because when you have a partner, you get a continuous roll, which makes each level a lot easier.
We'll also be getting 3 different Kongs throughout the not just Diddy like this. So that will become very apparent when you pick up Cranky stage.
Yeah, so the first stage went pretty smooth, so good job.
It was gold actually.
So the first stage they give you Diddy, the second one they give you Dixie, and third is Cranky. So World 1 basically works as a tutorial world for the rest of the game. We'll see like the abilities of each Kong will be pretty obvious.
Loads are also very long, we should probably point that out. So enjoy the loading screens.
Oh yeah, like I don't know if it was it's the Wii U limitations or something like that, but loading screens on this game are very, very long. Slight mistake.
Right. Nope.
But well, each loading screen is very long, mostly because each stage, as you can see, is done very like in great detail. So they really put a lot of work making them look as pretty as possible.
Very pretty. Simple. You.
So as you can see there, Diddy swims pretty fast underwater, and that's the main use we're gonna have for him. So since there's only one water world in this game, that's pretty much all you're gonna see about Diddy, and that's World 4. Until then, pretty much if you see him, that means that was a mistake.
Or there was no other, as beginning dictates not doing 2-player strat.
Exactly. So the first level we're gonna see Cranky, and Cranky is the fastest Kong for, well, pretty much in general. I guess you can call him the fastest Kong. And that's mainly because he doesn't have to start rolls all over again. because he has a pogo, and that pogo gives him instant like I mean makes him gain height really fast, and you can pogo on enemies on various type of hazards, so you don't need to slow down at all.
Ah,
So there's a setup there, so you don't take damage on that part, but it's pretty precise. So not a big deal that he doesn't get it because there's a refill right here. Oh, he's not going for it. Okay, don't get hit. Okay, you're good. So aside from the damage, it was a pretty smooth 3-1. Now we'll get into the first auto-scroller of the game. There are two types of auto-scrollers in this game. There are the minecart ones and the rocket barrel ones. This is a minecart one, and this is the ones that, and these ones you can speed up. You need to be jumping pretty much all uphills and downhills. Like as soon as when you're downhill, you get a slightly more speed, and then you wanna jump. So basically, you're pretty much gonna see him jump everywhere. Because it saves us a precious amount of time. Nice barrel skip there. That's an IL strat that, well, since there's a reliable setup to do it, we just do it in runs. But saves like 0.1 or something.
totally worth it though. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like you can see, every uphill guy's gonna jump up. If he wouldn't, I mean, if he doesn't do it, he will slow down a lot, because obviously the minecart is gonna like take a really long time to get up. And on, like you can see on that downhill, he jumped as well, because he already got the slightly speed, so there's no need to ride the whole thing down. And well, this stage in general lets you see like the amount of detail that they put into every stage. Like you can see this is an auto scroll, but it has a lot of things to it.
Including it.
Alright, nice, no issues. Yeah, solid. Okay, so with that, we're gonna go into the first boss. And it's not a hard boss necessarily, but doing it perfectly is not as easy. Basically, what you want is to speed up his cycles as fast as possible and hit him as soon as you can, obviously. There's no like cycle manipulation or anything like that. So it's all about tiny optimizations. Yeah, it's each boss.
For it.
Oh yeah, go for it. Okay, so each boss in this game, there are three phases and 3 hits per phase.
Hey, I got
so
it.
nice. So 9 hits total. Which for some bosses it makes the fight kinda long, but on some other cases it still is really fast. So yeah, that's phase 1. And obviously between each phase the attack patterns will change. Nice. There is a small trick left in the fight, um, which is called the early fattest number 2, and it's a setup so you can hit the second purple fish as highly as possible. It's gonna come right here. Let's see if he gets it.
Yep, got it.
Nice.
But have the extra heart. Oh,
Yeah, that's kind of risky if you don't have the extra heart, but what else? And that should be it. Yeah, he's pretty much done. So really solid World 1 for Guy.
yeah, definitely. Better, but I'll take it.
What was your time? Your splits?
That was a 10:40, which
40, yeah.
better.
That's solid.
Yeah, I was 9 seconds ahead at 1-2.
Yeah.
And now we move on to World 2, where everyone agrees the run actually gets started. It's not tutorial, it's not holding your hand in.
Oh, I wasn't reading chat. Okay. Chef asks, "Where's the waggle?" In another game. When's Dosido? Dosido is on World 3. Okay.
Y'all are lucky because I was actually practicing 106 and was getting it, so we might actually see that.
Same. Okay, Windmill Hills. Here, well, I really like this stage because there are several like speedrun strats that makes this stage very cool. One of those is on these windmills. You would wanna roll on each like platform that's moving forward, and that will slightly increase your speed. And yes, you can see there are several more hits than in World 1, so it's pretty easy to die here. The most dangerous part is the one coming up after this vertical section. If he dies there, he will lose Cranky and won't be able to get him back for a while, so let's see. Huge jump, nailed it. Okay. Perfect. And he should be good on this stage. Yeah, he's good.
Gold. Even with a slip of the beginning. Yeah, you can waggle your way to PB land if you want a 2-hour PB.
Yeah, so very good stage, and keeping Cranky there was really, really important because for the next level, we will get to see one of the most important uses of Cranky, which is keeping your momentum. And that's only possible thanks to his cane. So we're gonna have here some kind with some platforms on this game you can roll off them and you will keep your speed plus the speed of the platform. But as soon as you roll after getting that, you will lose all your speed. But if you have Cranky and you keep going, you keep it all. Also in this stage, you get to see Rambi, which is, I mean, people don't generally like it in this game, but I don't mind. He's not that bad. He feels kind of laggy though. Like, takes a while to start up his roll. Well, his roll is in case this run. Okay, nice boost. There's a slight boost here that he got, but the important one is coming right here. So the good thing about Rami is that Frankie's ability to pain everywhere is pretty much untouched. Very good first boost there. Let's see. This is the second boost. It's the most important one. And barely got it. Nice.
Yep. No, too close.
I wish I could have a steel frame there, but he pretty much pogoed on thin air.
Oh, that's what I do.
Yeah. The pogo when you have Rambion, you have like a lot more surface, I guess, to pogo off. So it makes that part a little less scary, but still a really scary stage. It's really easy to die on that boost.
Absolutely. Happens to me all the time.
Okay, so in this stage, this is the first stage that has global cycles, and people usually consider it pretty difficult, but I mean, as long as you do the same thing every time, you will get the same result every time. So you can choose to go very fast, or you can choose to go at a relative safe strats, and as long as you do strats that you can pull off consistently, this level should not be sure. That being said, every slight mistake will throw off all the cycles, and it's kind of tricky to know what's the best way to recover from that.
The last part, but we got it. Oh.
Yeah, that part is the most tricky one, because that's pretty much the only section where your pogos need to be at a really specific height. Not too much, not too little. And he nailed. For this section, there's an audio cue that I need to use, so I'll shut up.
So it already happened.
I already haven't. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's good.
Okay, so yeah, it's going really smooth so far.
Yeah, this is actually really good.
And with that, we're gonna run into, well, my personal minecart level. It's called Summer Thrill, and the design of this level is really good. Despite being an auto scroll, it's really fun. It's challenging, and both the music and the visuals are really cool. The community for this game had well, it's just like a meme, but you really wanna finish this stage before 20 minutes, and I think guys really well on pace for that.
Yeah, for like the first time ever. I think, I don't know. Definitely on 20, so.
So on this minecart, it's the same idea on the other one. You wanna jump up hills, you wanna jump down hills, and yeah.
Doesn't really much else to say. The auto scrollers, same tech mostly.
Yeah, pretty much. The only difference is that here you transition between a minecart and I guess a wooden boat. They're the same physics, but you get a nice hard refill, which DKCR runners value a lot, as you can see in the. So I guess I should mention that on DKC returns, on each auto scorer you had only one hit. So you made one mistake and you were dead. Here they were more benevolent, more forgiving, and they give you 2 hits. I don't know if it was because they didn't know how to make 2 hits like convincingly on returns. But they obviously realized that it was way too hard and they give you more space for error.
I was actually telling today that Returns is the only game the auto scrollers kill. Even in the original trilogy, if you had 2 Kongs, you could take an out.
Yeah. Okay, sub 20, very nice. Now for this stage coming up, you're gonna see like the first really good use of Dixie. We want to use Dixie pretty much everywhere and on every level that has a large amount of gaps that Cranky can't possibly cross. So this is the first example of one of them, and it's gonna be pretty obvious. Like, look at these huge gaps. Cranky would have to ride those vines to cross them, but Dixie can skip several of those vines.
And the stage
Pretty much, yeah.
Brain. Sure.
Pretty much they designed it really well for her to show her abilities. That being said, Diddy's ability is also to do a slight hover, like in the same as Returns, basically. But the thing is that Dixie is at least on land, Dixie is better. Like, her flutter gives you more distance and more height. And it's, well, yeah, basically that's it. So there's pretty much no reason to use Diddy on land. If you have the opportunity to use Dixie. There are a few exceptions, of course, because the Kong barrels work out that way, but that's the rule of thumb, basically. Alright, this next stage, well, other stage with global cycles, we will want to use Dixie until the middle part of the level and then switch to Cranky. And it is possible to catch an early Cranky cycle if he's really perfect through the first section.
Yep, that didn't happen. I didn't click hard enough.
Oh, so close. Yeah, so to play that part as quickly as possible, you wanna ring those bells like as far to the right as you can, obviously. But yeah, that's the risk. You might overshot them, and then there's no chance to get the early cycle. But the second cycle is pretty free, so we'll see. For these vines, these how are they called? Ziplines?
Yeah,
You can't speed them up. You wanna avoid like jumping all the time, because there are a few scenarios where that does slow you down, but pretty much it's another scroller hidden within the level. Yeah. So nice Cranky cycle. Like I said, like you should be able to grab the normal cycle, even if you make mistakes on the first part. So the last section of this level is it's a vertical one, which is mainly the reason why you wanna switch to Cranky, because Cranky gains height so much faster than any other Kong. And we have to use him at the boss of this stage, so it works out. Oh, well. Okay, slight mistake, but nothing major.
Still really good.
Okay, here comes the favorite boss of all runners. For you too, guys? Or
Yes.
okay. Which doesn't mean it's easy. And on Scout has like a large spectrum of strats that you can use. Which obviously the faster you go, the riskier you have to play. But the reason everyone likes this boss is because it gives you all the tools to make that fight really fast. So if guy doesn't make any mistakes, phases should be over really, really, really quick. So what you wanna do is you wanna jump on his on on the X and throw them at him. And you need to be at a specific height to throw them, but again, cranking gains that high really fast. So that was a really smooth phase one. Phase two is, in my opinion, the hardest one to do optimally, so we'll see. On this section, Skull will only give you 3x, so if he misses one, he's gonna lose 20 seconds, but we'll see. Okay, he spawned the 3 of them, and don't miss this hit, play it safe. If you try to get that third hit, but you were slightly slow, like Skull is gonna jerk away from you, and you're gonna miss that hit.
Yeah, that's very demoralizing when it happens too. It's like, oh, I 20 seconds. I missed it. Hey, I didn't get shit RNG.
Yeah, so on this part, you wanna. The RNG on this section is whether the eggs spawn on the right side or on the left side. If they spawn on the right side, it's like 2 seconds faster. And also there's a quick kill which I'm sure you're not gonna do.
Nope.
Oh, okay. There's a setup for it. There's a setup for quick kill. It's not basically a quick kill. It allows you to do the last 2 hits at once, but as you can see, it saves like 2 or 3 seconds. It's not a big deal.
And if you miss it, you lose a minute, so...
Yeah. So that's the scary part of it. Like, the actual setup is not hard, but the risk involved is huge. Because you need to stand at a specific part of the stage and then time your jump. Timing your jump is easy, but standing on that specific part of the level and avoiding to lose your egg, that's the tough part for sure. So this is the favorite level of many people. It's a novel global cycle stage, but it's people say that it's themed to Lion King or Madagascar.
Also a whole lot easier to play.
And you can see, like, why would they think that it's really a savanna, very Animal Kingdom based, and it's really fun to play. Oh, there's a cycle manipulation that guy could have done there, but if you play like that, like perfectly, you don't have to do it. It would just give you more time to catch that zebra cycle. You just grab. So he wanna ride that zebra that took him through the bananas. That it's on a 6-second, I think 6.5 timer. So if you for some reason
Oh, fuck.
if you for some reason don't catch that zero cycle, you lose the complete cycle. So that's a slight mistake a guy did. Lost him, I guess, 1 cycle? Let's see.
Yeah.
Or was it 2? He had a couple hiccups. I don't know if it was 1 cycle or 2, but it's not gonna tell, probably.
Yeah, sometimes I miss the last cycle because I have problems rolling up the grass. DK doesn't want to get a grip, or he doesn't want to roll to the end, or he does things.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
knowing where to jump off your roll is pretty. It's not easy at all.
it's not like you just hold right and roll straight up. You actually, or at least for me, you have to curve, stick around the curve of the stick to actually run up it or roll up it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Baba Bonanza, it's a really easy stage in my opinion. Like this stage usually go really smooth, and that's mainly because we can use crank whole stage, which takes the danger of these baobab fruits, which are spiky. And without Cranky, they would be a pain, but with Cranky, we can toggle off of them, and they are pretty much harmless. Optimally, this stage would be faster with Dixie, but yeah, we need Cranky for the next stage because that's the famous trick on this game.
God, I learned redo 106 past hour. Sad. We'll see though, it's not guaranteed because I'm used to doing the fast.
Yeah. Well, if you finish like very underestimate, we might get to show it at the end.
Perhaps, yeah. Alright, so 3-3. Everybody who's ever seen a run of this game loves this stage because do-si-do. Oh. No, I'm gonna buy it so I can actually do this.
Yeah, do-si-do is a trick basically when there are several tornadoes that are gonna be swinging next stage, and what guys are gonna try to do is to like slingshot off one of them, and that's gonna give him a lot of speed. So he will try to keep that speed with Cranky as far as he can, which is basically half this stage. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Very weird, but it's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna bail out of that. That doesn't look good. I got about half. Fine.
Yeah, that's kinda meh.
Or
If you
it
go,
is.
if you don't get there, if you don't get a fast enough speed getting through that tornado that was facing left, it's pretty much impossible. The faster you go, the easier the easier it is to get through that tornado.
Tail straps. Need practicing.
Yeah, so Guy is actually pretty damn good at this stage. He has
Oh,
the
except when I died.
damn. I
Okay.
I take away what I said.
So bad.
So he actually has the world record on this time attack, which is pretty damn impressive. It's the most impressive stage to get the record on, at least one of the most. And you could see there that sad pause, we call him. That's a really good reflect of people who do time attack. If people don't do time attack, they're pretty much don't pass, but people do it as a reflect every time.
Yeah, heck, she did. I only got really half of it though, because my speed was bad, and I also died. Sucks, but that's fine. That's like from here on out, this is where I've been putting most of my practice for the past month. Haven't had a desktop to stream from, So late game, I'm extremely proud of, and hopefully I get absolutely everything. Super excited for it, including stage here.
Okay, 3-4. This stage is pretty straightforward. Um, you will wanna use Dixie because of the last section, and with Dixie, it's pretty much you just wanna roll and jump. Sounds like an obvious thing, but there's no like trick stuff that you need to do. This stage is supposed to force you to use these blue water balloons to put up the fire and then be able to move on, but yeah, you can just get through if you know the level well enough. Yeah, that was pretty solid.
Coming up, we have our first rocket barrel level.
Yeah. And on this level, you would want to switch Kongs to Cranky. Because of we're gonna actually be taking the secret exit. And for that we need either Cranky or Dixie. But the stage after this one, it's much faster with having Cranky from the start. And well, I'm gonna kinda put you on blast here, but there's a really consistent way to catch an early Cranky cycle on that barrel.
Really?
Oh, you don't know? Really?
No.
Wow.
If I had known
This
that, I'd
runner.
do it.
Okay.
There's a lot of
so-
things I don't know.
Okay, so very few people go for it actually. I'm not gonna say it's free, but you need to mash the intro, and if you get a certain cue if you get a certain visual cue, you know that you were fast enough to catch the cycle. If you see you weren't fast enough, you can obviously not go for it, and it's no problem. So
Alright.
yeah, but that's 2 seconds. That's not a big deal. And you had to mash, which obviously not many people like. Like, I think more people like to waggle than they like to mash. So yeah, rocket barrel levels, you can speed up at all. You can go upwards, you can go downwards, but you can't speed that up. The only way to make that level faster is to catch the early cycle and to do the last section as optimally as possible. But yeah, really good stage, and now we're gonna... The next stage, Bramble Scramble, is really a fun stage. And it looks really impressive because the level layout appears like right before you. When basically the camera gets there, you will see the level. Which pretty much, as a casual standpoint, you need to like wait a lot to see that, to confirm that what you're doing is correct. In a speedrun sense, it doesn't make much difference because we know the layout by heart.
Well, that could have certainly gone better, but we didn't die.
Yeah, this level also gives you a lot of hurry. I think 3 Kong barrels, so there's no section where if you make a mistake, it's like terrible.
Yeah, mistake really short as well. Could have been better. kind of disappointed that that happened, but I know it was off rhythm too early. No big deal though.
Not talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so here's my personal favorite boss, and that's because no one knows how to do it, so it's pretty enjoyable for me. So yeah, I spend a lot of time like working on this boss to get the optimal strats for each pattern. The thing about this boss is it can give you a lot of patterns, like a really huge amount of patterns, and it's really easy to don't know what to do in one of them and you lose a bunch of time, like 20 seconds. Also, the hitbox on these guys it's really janky if you don't know it, but basically you can pogo off them in their foreheads. Anywhere else, it's kind of finicky and they can hit you before you hit them.
Why I got a third bowl there? Just like slow.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, so that was a good phase 1. But phase 2 is the most difficult one. They can stand really different spots.
Oh.
They can stand in a lot of different spots on those bowls, and you want them to get as low as possible, which they didn't do.
What? What?
So yeah, this is what happens usually.
That never has happened before, I promise you.
Oh, I just saw. Yeah, so when you get, if you hit them on a certain part of their animation, they are invincible, so and actually
Okay.
proceed to the next phase. Yeah, and Cranky again is absolutely required for this boss, because you saw earlier when they were swinging their hammers, which they're probably doing right now. Yeah, you can't hit them with any other Kong when they're swinging their hammers, only with Cranky. So yeah, Cranky probably looks kinda OP, and pretty much it is. It nullifies lots and lots of different things that can hurt you.
Well, that was stupid. A lot of reasons. Well, bless you!
Got it.
Yeah, usually that's not as bad as it was, but you know what? I'll take it, because they can get in trouble, but I like them.
Yeah. So how are you doing compared to your split?
I'm only 15 seconds for that.
15 seconds ahead or behind? I didn't
Behind.
catch. Behind? Okay, that's fine.
Which is actually really good. I was like almost 30 ahead. 3.
Okay, so World 4 is where Didi is gonna shine. Underwater, he is no doubt the fastest Kong. Because he finally uses his jetpack for something useful. And that's on the water. That works like a boost that can get us through the stage really smoothly. Besides that, it has the benefit of the hitbox, I guess hurtbox, when you have DD is much smaller than when you are doing second fastest way of swimming, which is corkscrewing. So a lot of enemies that would hit you if you are corkscrewing, they won't hit you when you are within it. So it has that added benefit.
Didn't like that. That would have been scary. We're good though.
On this stage, what we want is to catch a Dixie cycle. Okay, that was good. I'm a little far behind, so bear with me. And yeah, so that cycle is not too difficult, but yeah, if you take one unintentional hit, you don't make it. And underworld cycles are 6 seconds, are on a 6 second timer, and is twice as long as barrel cycles that are on land. So making a mistake on underwater and making a mistake on water levels, it's much more costly if you are trying to catch an underwater cycle. But yeah, that was a really good stage.
Next one. Actually, I wanted to point out that a lot of people think 4A, the only remaining trifecta. I mean, if you think about it, 4-1 is also a trifecta, but I've naturally enjoyed it. Yeah, 4-1. You start with Cranky, the Diddy, and then the Dixie.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. But
That's
4A,
that's a groundbreaking discovery, my guy.
no.
That's gonna change the whole NA% route. Was okay. This stage is amazing. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You pretty much never stop. Like, yeah, you really don't stop. It's you get to use 3 Kongs, you get to use Cranky, you get to swim with Diddy, which I really enjoy. And like I said, you are constantly moving forward, so it feels really fast. Besides, obviously, the music is amazing, and the rain makes it really a really pretty stage to be in.
Indeed.
Yeah. Here you can see, well, you saw that skipping through, bouncing on the water, skipping on it is really useful. That wasn't possible on returns, as water was more dangerous, I guess, there, or I didn't know how to swim, but
yeah.
The water on DKCR killed you instantly. He was basically lava on a practical sense.
And you can go ahead and bash me about not doing 4B skips now.
Okay. So, here's the coolest stage in the game, because it was the worst stage in the game, but we found a way to skip it. But Guy, for some reason, likes this stage or dislikes the skip, and he's gonna do it as intended. You'll see why most runners hate it. It's basically a water labyrinth, and there's no checkpoints, so if you die, you lose like 2 minutes. And the idea on this stage is get a key to open a chest that contains a key that can open a different chest that contains, you guessed right, another key. So that's pretty much why people don't like this stage. It's pretty lenient.
However, it's worth noting, skip for the stage also requires flipping out of bounds with a second controller. I also don't like starting the game with a second controller because I hate the premise of adding and dropping in the middle of one. So I don't do it. The stage is okay, I like the rest of it badly executed.
Yeah. So, well, as far as this level itself, well, doing this level perfectly is very hard, I'm not gonna lie. The transitions from room to room are the most difficult part of this level, sure. And there are several room transitions that you can get depending on like on which part of the door, I guess, you go through, and what speed of and what angle, because it pretty much keeps all your it maintains Donkey Kong in the state that was before. So if it was on an angle, he will remain on that angle, and position, everything. Okay, guy was
Yeah.
afraid to.
That was my strat for when I take a hit early. Otherwise, I just sit there and take the boost. I did that in the IL.
Yeah,
Without
so
knowing.
guy didn't wanna get beaten by the shark, so that strat was to avoid it. But losing DD there is not at all.
It's actually probably better to bop. So
Yeah,
okay.
it was, but I didn't want to say it. Now you said it.
We'll say
Yeah, so C stack attack is knownly one of the most difficult stages in the game to do perfectly. Guy is really good at it, and that shows on the IL leaderboards, I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah.
we'll see. It says relies on some medium pogos, which are never consistent enough. You can always miss them. And there are some tricks that you need to do and nail, like strong dunk, which helps you touch early deal cycles. So
oh, I do this right.
So we are trying to end the stage with Diddy, because the next level is complete underwater level. So so it's really important to do that. Nice. Okay, got the strong dunk anyway. The strong needs to get that super swaggy like diagonal cannon shot that gets you straight through that section. So it's looking very good so far, and crate skip, yeah. Didn't
Yeah,
beat
I would
out.
have been so angry if I missed it. Oh, 4-6. This stage has really grown on me. I like it now.
4-6 is one of those stages which the more you do it, the more you like it. That's kind of obvious on every stage, but on this level it really shows, because at first everyone hates this stage. No matter how good you are or how bad you are, you hate it, because it's super punishing. On this stage you need to catch not one but two DD cycles. One of them is on land, the other one is underwater. So it's incredibly easy to waste 6 seconds on this stage by not getting the optimal DD cycles. So yeah, we're gonna do some damage boosting on this level to be able to go as fast as possible. It's yeah, if you for some reason like to do stages damageless, you're not gonna have fun doing the stage.
Oh, I didn't. Sure.
Okay. So he lost it at the first part, so that means he made the second land barrel cycle. But
They did that because the way I've been doing the intro, I've always had the things in my way.
oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna lose one underwater cycle, but honestly, that's what most runners do, so it's not like a huge deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically this stage is one of those that you celebrate when you get the optimal cycles, like instead of be relieved that nothing go wrong. Because most stages when you have dominate over them, when you have mastery over them, you kind of get relief, then they go 100% as planned. But on this stage, you pretty much everyone recognizes that this is a really challenging stage.
Oh, now to Fugu, which I never learned the optimal strat for, so we're gonna do a third of that and then the backup.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I learned the
Yeah.
optimal strat when I had a 133. It's not required at all. Okay, so what Guy was saying about the optimal strat, we can kill this boss really quickly thanks to, I guess, a Nintendo developer oversight. Um, and that means that, I mean, that's it, that we can damage boost and hit Gugu over and over as long as he keeps giving us hearts, which is pretty much guaranteed to do when we have just Donkey Kong on one heart. So it's, on an ideal world, is it's always going to be consistent. However, there has been some cases that
Woo!
doesn't give us a heart.
Okay.
We good?
Almost. Positioning.
Yeah. So this is the scary part because he was relying on getting a heart every single time, and if he was slow to get off the area with the spiny SR, he would have gotten the second hit and die. So yeah, that was an intentionally like a 2.5 minute fight probably, but we do it on 40-50 seconds on RTA.
A lot of people don't like that boss casually either, but fun fact, if you want to do it, you can use banana juice to buffer out most of the mistakes that a casual player probably did.
Yeah. The shop route. This game, this route, I mean, this run, used to go to the shop. Back, way back ago when I wasn't even running the game. And the reason why they went to the shop was pretty much just because of that boss. Because he was so dangerous. Okay, 5-1, I consider it as difficult as 4-5. Much can go wrong here. And yeah.
That was best. Fuck, I died. For Diddy. Oh. That's fine though. No big deal. Okay.
Oh, I saw.
That too. I never overshoot that. I just jump too high.
Okay, so this is I guess with 6-2 they are the easiest levels to that cycle of. At least from what I've seen. If people don't have cranky for the last section, they dead cycle, or on this middle section as well.
Oh my god, thank you, game. I really don't want to start 5-3 without Cranky.
Yeah. Starting 5-3 with like Cranky, well, it's not that much slower, but it's super janky, and it feels like uncomfortable to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's better to. That's a pretty good advantage of doing the ILs damageless because you know how to do that last section. I took a hit on that last part every single time for consistency, but if somehow I used to get to that section with one heart, I had to improvise to try to get the damageless strats.
Honestly, I was prepared to take the hit. I was just super happy I didn't.
Okay.
And this is my personal favorite autoscroll of the game because its aesthetic is just different.
Yeah, this autoscroller, you get to see a dynamic cam. I guess you call it a like over the shoulder, which is pretty neat. This is a new addition to the game, I mean to the franchise in general, and it lets you see far ahead at what you have to avoid or not, and what you want to collect. And yeah, this is one of the best enemies in the game in my opinion. This little adorable penguin on this badass machine. It looks really funny to me.
He's very determined. Look at his
Yeah.
face.
And he's so mad.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's so mad.
No, they're all bad.
He's so bad.
It's our island. Why are they mad at us?
Yeah. Yo, fun fact, I've never had a bagel in my life.
I don't think I have either.
Wow. Am I missing like I've wasted half of my life? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think that should have happened, but it did. I went high there, but I'm pretty sure that's if you went high there, you're supposed to die, or not die, but take a hit. And I went over it. I might be wrong.
Oh, I see. Yeah, most people don't do that. I don't know if it was like a weird thing that happened, but most people like go steadily up. It works out. So yeah, if Guy would have waited there, we could have seen the final fate of that of that penguin. That I guess you can Google it. It's pretty funny. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now this stage, before the marathon, I didn't quite know it. I'm super proud of this stage. Super consistent, super fluent. I love it very much. Also, I should mention World 5 is my favorite world.
Yeah,
Here we go.
for me too. Yeah, this stage, Fruity Factory, we are gonna be introduced to fruit platforms. Are basically platforms that only stay. You can only be on top of them on for a certain amount of time. So, obviously, the more you know the level, the easier it's gonna go. Easier it's gonna look as well.
Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
Yeah, so pretty smooth so far. On the second section on the level, we are to, well, I don't know how to call them, but these moving things that are on a treadmill. And if you roll on them, you obviously go faster. At least on the ones that are moving forward.
Love this piece of fruit. This last section. Like, oh, I'm not gonna jump. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead.
Yeah. For the longest time, I thought they were cookies for some reason.
I mean,
They look like cookies, especially in this last section. They look
Yeah.
like crusty and stuff. But yeah, to this day, I think that their savor is kinda cookie-ish. Okay, so with all these strats, and I mean like world record strats, and with 4B skip and everything, it's possible to finish that stage under 1 hour. But this is a really good run. So that you have that as a comparison.
yeah, I didn't 5-2 on. Good. Too far.
5-4 is a really dangerous stage. I love it personally. I think it's a really fun stage and really challenging because you have to know optimal swimming. You need to know how to throw things appropriately. And yeah, pretty much the challenge on this stage is not to lose Diddy. We're gonna try to take the secret exit and that is at the end of this level. And you need either Dixie or Diddy to take it. Diddy, well, intentionally it was Dixie, but we can manage to get it with Diddy. So they put only one barrel, and it is at the start of the level. So clearly meant this stage to be a challenge. Take the secret exit. So one hard and the underwater section. The underwater section he can play it pretty safely. Again, that's what I would do because you really don't want to lose Diddy. If he were to lose Diddy though, it's not the end of the world. That just would have meant that he would have to do to a different level after this one. That is like 20 seconds faster, but if you don't know how to do it, it ends up being like 40 seconds slower.
Or if you don't know how to jump out of the water.
So,
Yeah,
as you could see there, that's the unintended way to get through that secret exit. Diddy can alternate between his jetpack and DK's breaststroke, and that makes so Diddy and DK are constantly moving forward. So that makes it so he can fight the currents.
Yep. 5B, one of my favorite other stages in addition to 4A. Also.
Yeah, this is a really cool stage. It's a global cycle stage. That is on a 4-second timer. So again, every mistake costs 4 seconds per prop. There's some. You have some margin for error, but not a lot. This is another stage that losing Cranky it's pretty punishing. I will see.
Roll. Well, with cycles.
It's the awkward time to learn. I need to wait to see what happened. Okay. Oh, he didn't roll again.
Hey, I'm actually still on cycle. I just lost for a second. No big deal at all. This is actually really fine. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as your mistake is on the... As long as you can identify on what part of the cycle you are, the cool thing about is that this stage plays the same every time. But yeah, obviously he lost a cycle, so that's 4 seconds.
I didn't make it in the TV either. Alright, now 5-6. I learned this stage, but it's not perfect. It's not super perfect, but it's better than it has been.
Don't worry, nobody does it perfect. Except me. Okay. 5-6 is my personal favorite stage in the game. You get to do a lot of cool tricks, and they're pretty damn fast. You get to, and it's another stage that you get to keep your momentum with Cranky's cane, and it's a really freaking fast momentum because you take advantage of both ice physics and these watermelon springs, which combined they're super fun. It's a really good level to learn.
Set up the wall so far,
Yeah.
Say, if I've tried to gold this TV page twice and I've died, but
Yeah, they're safe. Sorry.
oh wow.
pretty good so far. Again, some safe strats, but it's good.
Quite killed it. I actually got the low pogo when I wanted a little bit higher of a pogo.
Okay. I'm not gonna Potion Blast, but you need to work on that last section. There's the IL gets like a bunch of speed for that last section. And it makes it really easy, but it looks so freaking scary that no one learns it.
I mean, I'll learn it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Whatever works.
yeah. So this is everyone hates this boss. It's not a bad boss, in my opinion at least. It's just so long. They didn't give you any way of speeding it up. So we have to do it as intended pretty much. All the fight except this one little hit, which is the second one, which might cost us 20 seconds. If the guy doesn't nail it.
Yeah, but I'm getting crap on RNG, but maybe he did it. Good, yay. Save. Thank you, Bash. That's pretty much the only way you can speed the fight up. The rest of it is not misstating. I was on the edge of the fight spot.
So, well, this is one of the few bosses that frankly doesn't make the fight faster. It does indeed make the fight a lot easier, because, well, because you can avoid his hammer really much more easier. You even can jump on his hammer, which looks pretty freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll do that a couple.
It'll kind of look like his hammer is made of rubber or something.
I've been getting 50, so...
I remember I was on a race some time ago, and some of the runners were arguing that if Bashmaster's weapon was a hammer or a mallet, and that debate was never settled. So I'm really looking forward to finding the answer someday.
Technically, it's a hybrid.
Well, you just complicated the debate a lot more.
Yeah.
Mallet.
I don't really know. I take a look at it and say, it's half mallet and just...
No. And it's also half spike. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the IL, interestingly, people choose to do this level with just Donkey Kong, with no partner whatsoever, and that's because optimally on this boss you wanna like damage boost on every hit, on every single one actually. So if you do that, you're gonna lose your partner no matter what. So if that's the case, then might as well do the whole fight with Donkey Kong. So how are your splits looking like?
Oh, we're a minute 18 ahead.
Damn. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna shut up.
I mean, to be honest, I kind of figured that this run would be on PB pace. Early game surprised me with how amazing it was. So,
Yeah.
again, very proud of my late game in World 6's exception. If this is early game,
Let's see.
it's real.
Yeah.
Real.
World 6 is like where I guess different runners gain and lose the most amount of time between each other. That's basically because World 6 obviously is the most dangerous one, but the fast strats are pretty much all risky ones. They all include very precise tricks or damage boosting, stuff like that. Yeah, 6-1 is really notorious for ending lots of runs. The most famous was, well, Spike Vegeta, which is pretty known. He used to die a lot. And it's really frustrating because you feel like you finally made it to World 6, and the very first stage, like goes like nope. You gotta do all 5 words of this game again.
Also, I saw someone asked how many worlds are in this game. This game has 6 worlds for the main game and a 7th secret world in comparison to 8. And DKS has world record by such a wide margin. He's got it. Nothing else needs to be said about that.
Well, if you're comparing the 112 with the second place that is a 130, he might be meaning that. That's because if you meant that, that's because there's a new auto splitter that removes the random load times, so at a competitive level it's super useful.
Yeah, that's
guy skipping things ultra vanilla. Okay, 6-2 is probably the most dangerous stage in World 6. And that's because losing Cranky is really punishing and really easy also. You can do safe strats, but obviously they're gonna cost a bunch of time. It's a marathon though, so I would probably go for safe strat. Oh nope, he damage boosted. Oh well, we'll see. The tricky section is after the ship skip, which he bounced off those owls. After that, it's really important to not take the second hit. Yeah, but it's safe, so he should be fine.
Yeah, heck, the 112 is without. And if it wasn't, DKS found the warp to World 6.
Yeah, so 6-2 being out of the way and keeping Cranky, like I said, is really important. That makes 6-3, I wanna say free, but it's still World 6, so you can't say that about any stage. But it is for sure the easiest of the World 6 stages.
Also, right?
The what?
We'll see. It's very clean. I'll bounce flowers.
If Guy happened to lose Cranky, he would have to get the infamous DD of Shame, which is pretty much getting a DD when you have no other options. And DD for this stage is at the absolute worst Kong, because he can't make the last section of this level faster.
Ooh.
Any other Kong can do it, but he can't. I mean, DD can.
I hate everything. Won't roll. I know it's the easiest, and it's so free, but it doesn't roll.
Oh, you got. Oh yeah, that's happened to me.
Why? Bad.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're still good. So now he will have to take this stage a lot safer, and because this is the worst checkpoint in the game, he already passed. So now he can't even get that stupid TD barrel.
Yeah, let's use 30 seconds. Oh, cord off of my uninstinctively, just kind of forgot it was there.
Forgot what was there.
Oh, a cord from. Yeah. Well, for the cursed level of the run.
Okay, 6-4 is by far the hardest auto scroller in the game. Also, it's a rocket barrel one, so at least you don't get to do risky strats to speed it up. But you have really narrow spaces to go through with the rocket barrel, and if you somehow take a hit early on, it's gonna be a lot clenching time.
Oh yeah. Keep the turns for hotness.
Yeah, so as you can see, it starts not free, but they give you quite a big space to move around. But now you see everything starts to fall apart, and you need to know where it's gonna be to dodge it.
I'm also gonna go for the casual puzzle piece there. I learned it. I don't even learn puzzle piece.
Okay, everything going smooth so far. Again, as long as he doesn't take a hit, his heart rate is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking a hit, especially in PvP base, you really can start sweating.
Yeah. It happens. The stage will scare the crap out of you with the least possible, especially when you're on the pace and like on top of the world. But yeah, let's get the plastic page done, TV. There you go. Oh, I took a hit. Okay, 6-4, you win. Don't kill me, please.
Sad. So, every stage in World 6 on this game resembles a whole world in the case of Returns. This stage resembles the auto-scroller world, so it makes sense that it's an auto-scroller level. And you could see the several mold messages that were in Return, and the bat that was frozen at the level.
Okay, now we need to hold the right.
Okay, 6-5 is as impressive. It's probably the most impressive stage to see overall, just because the strategies are so good. People didn't know for the longest time that you could pogo off snowflakes, but when that was discovered, that changed the whole level. Before they used to use Dixie and slowly get through the level, damage boosting everywhere, but now you'll see that it's so much cooler. It's also a fairly difficult level, so...
Oh, if I could fucking hold right, you stupid monkey! Oh my god.
Try holding
Hold
even
right?
more to the right.
Yeah, I was holding right, I wasn't holding right.
Yeah. But yeah, that he missed the first boost, but that was a solid backup. He would have been able to get to that platform really fast.
Taking the extra heart. Wow, this just...
Calm down, you're
I-
good.
I know, I just like him. I want to behave like him. I mean, hey, we just got the second boost, or half of it. Stupid. Very upset.
Yeah, so there are several ways to do that second boost that you saw there. I can think like out of my like I can think instantly about 6 ways to do it, so that pretty much boils down to what is the runner comfortable with. Also, this last section looks amazing. All this last section would be so slow with any other Kong, but with Cranky is no problem.
I'll try and fix with solid DK. So.
Keeping your Kong there is a bit slower, but it makes the beginning of 6-6 pretty much free. On the beginning of 6-6, you are trying to catch a Dixie cycle, and with a partner it's super easy. With solo Donkey Kong, it's not that bad, but it's still tricky for sure. Okay, and 6-6 is sadly the only silhouette level that we get to see in any percent. There are really cool stages, but sadly we skip 2 out of the 3. So yeah, he should be able to make the Dixie. Yeah, no problem. This stage obviously resembles the DKC, the World 6 in DKCR, which was the dinosaur world. And at least in my opinion, it's so much better than any other stage in that game. That world specifically. I really don't like that world return.
Whoa! Okay, alright. I was not far enough to the right. That's also never
Oops.
before. Yeah.
Oh yeah, not the end of the world, but that's a time loss.
We're gonna do super gun. Yeah! Ah, come on, Dixie, really? Okay. Well, I wanted it to be cool, but since PB's dead, I don't feel like
Oh.
PB.
Well, you were cool. You just
Yeah.
were when I don't know.
Hey, go to the right side. Really, Dixie? You won't get on platform. Donkey, pick your feet up, please. Oh, that's funny. Whatever.
Yeah, you can't full jump as soon as you touch the platform. You need to wait just a tiny bit, and you'll make it every time. But yeah, that used to happen to me quite frequently.
Oh, we did the cool thing again. There we go. Finally. Ah. Pretty bad shot.
Okay, so PB is on life support or dead?
Yeah, pretty it happens. Like,
Sorry, what? You kinda broke.
if it does happen, it's by a few seconds.
Okay.
Still a really good run before that, though.
Yeah. 6-7 is is one of the coolest stages in my opinion. It can be done with either Dixie or Cranky. Cranky saves 2 seconds if I'm not mistaken, and but it's a lot riskier. With Dixie, you have the ability to ladder on the risky parts, and you can compound to give you extra hearts if you need them. Because the most important thing is you do not want to do this stage with just Donkey Kong. You really don't. At least the first like 2/3 of the level. You really don't want to lose your partner there. So yeah, on that barrel that he went through, that's when you would be doing the switch to Cranky, which is on Psycho, actually. But Dixie is the strat that most runners do. And you can tell why, like, imagine doing all this stuff with Cranky. It's not easy at all. Also, that large gap, that's barely possible with Cranky, but with Dixie, you can flutter your way to safety. Yes, so this is going really smooth so far. That was really good. That's pretty much a textbook Dixie 6-7. That's how you want it to look every time.
For the one moment where I had to hold my breath because I bopped instead of bounced. But it was all good. Didn't lose any time of it, I just ledge hopped. Still go with the stage. 0.2.
By how much?
0.2.
Oh. Okay. 6-8 is, I guess, janky is the right word. It's a cool stage. Don't get me wrong. Like, the visuals are really cool. It plays. It doesn't play that great, sadly. And the reason for that is that you are forced to use Rambi. And not that alone, but Rambi on tilted ice platforms, it's really dumb. Because Rambi will keep sliding off, and you need to wait on a lot of parts on this level. So yeah, that makes it so it's hard to stay on one spot, and you have to because you are forced to wait. And if for some reason you lose Rambi at all, you have to kill yourself in most cases. Because Rambi crates are only next to checkpoints. No other level. I mean, on no other section.
And also, I really despise the premise of having to run and charge through everything, and then you have to wait to stop on the platform. It's hard.
Yeah. Well, I guess they had to. No, they didn't have to, but I guess mixing lava with ice.
Yeah.
They wanted to give a different feel for this level, and they gave it. They made it. Don't get me wrong, but you really wanna finish the run when you are on B base and you are forced to wait.
Actually, not one casual player didn't know what continuous rolling. Trying to,
Wow.
yeah, he's trying to beat 6-8 without continuous rolling.
Actually, I saw a race, a casual race a while ago, and one of the racers didn't continuous roll all the game. 6-8 taught him. This is the one stage in any percent that you have to.
Yeah. Okay, final boss. Not choke this like I did in TV pace earlier in the.
Okay. Finally, the last boss. Guy, what's your PB?
137.28.
Okay, so this can PB.
Yeah,
That
like,
would require a perfect fight. On this guy, you want the important thing is to get the 9 hits. Again, 3 phases per boss, 3 hits per phase. They get tougher and tougher over time, so it's really important to nail all 9 of them.
like me, you have a spot.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. You really want a visual cue for where to hit every single one of it. The other way to speed up this boss is to get these early hits when you throw the enemy at him on the background. Some people say it's RNG, some others say it's not RNG. I'm not sure at all. But but yeah, each early hit that you manage to get saves 4 seconds. So it's a huge deal when you're grinding for low 130 times. The other way to speed this fight up is, well, it's not like speeding it up per se, but Frederick has like 7 seconds of RNG in terms of pattern. He already got bad luck on the first pattern, so he lost 2 to 3 seconds there. And the other one comes right here on after the second phase. Okay, so he got 646, so that's definitely the most important hit to get. We'll see what pattern. Okay, that's the optimal pattern, so that saves 5 seconds over every other pattern.
Time will be coming up on the final, or not on the final phase, when I punch Frederick in the face. So,
Yeah. So yeah, these last 3 hits are the toughest ones, although all of them are the same speed, so if you have a feel for them, they are all the same. So we'll see.
And time. I've split late, so I didn't PB. So that was pretty much my PB. Oh, that was a really good run aside from 6.6. That was 135 pace at one point. Oh.
Yeah, nice job, man. Really good run.
Thank you for commentating as well, DKS.
No problemo.
And also thank you for the opportunity to run this marathon. I know it's a new marathon, but for being my first marathon run and appearance, I really appreciate it. And I'd like to wish good luck to every runner today and throughout the rest of it. Everyone have a good time. Thank you.
Yeah.